Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're tackling a political bombshell that really dropped late Friday afternoon. A move by President Donald Trump that's sent some serious shockwaves through D.C. and, frankly, beyond. Our mission here is to cut through that initial noise, the policy claims, and really uncover the motivations, the implications of what some people are calling the unshielding. You shared some fascinating sources with us, official statements, yes, but also anonymous insider stuff. And as we dug in, well, that's where it got really interesting. Okay, so let's unpack this a bit. President Trump stripped former Vice President Kamala Harris of her Secret Service protection. Now, typically, former VPs, like presidents, get this protection for a while after leaving office, right?
That's right. It's not just like a perk. It's been seen as part of ensuring stability, protecting former leaders, national security, really.
Yeah. Exactly. A vital layer. But the official reason for this, unprecedented move, they're saying fiscal responsibility and reevaluating threats for private citizens.
Right.
But the sources you brought forward, now, they suggest that official story started to fall apart pretty quickly.
Oh, it crumbles almost immediately when you look closer. Inside the White House, our sources, they paint a really stark picture. Words like personal vindictiveness, obsession, even peak in paranoia from the president. He was reportedly furious, just fuming, about Harris getting what he saw as presidential treatment while she's clearly planning a 2028 run. So this wasn't some carefully weighed policy move. No, it was described more like a late-night command. The intent, apparently to intimidate, isolate, and financially cripple a key political rival. This goes beyond just her security. Sources describe it as tearing up a kind of sacred, unwritten contract.
That contract underpinning peaceful transitions of power.
Exactly, that norm that says, look, politics aside, we protect our former leaders.
So, if the official line is fiscal, but insiders point to something so personal, almost vengeful, what does that tell us? And beyond the politics, think about the immediate reality for Kamala Harris. It must be staggering. We're talking like an instant scramble, right? Yeah. Suddenly needing private security.
Oh, absolutely frantic. Armored vehicles, advanced teams, cybersecurity. It's a huge expense. Multi-million-dollar annual cost coming out of nowhere.
And that money.
Yeah.
It was meant for campaigning, wasn't it? Iowa, New Hampshire.
Precisely. Campaign infrastructure. Now it has to go to just, keeping her safe.
She did put out a statement, though. I will not be intimidated.
And maybe that's the point. This is the, let's call it the strategic aspect, maybe the dark genius of the move. He forces her to spend her war chest on shields instead of swords. It's a resource drain.
Diverting critical funds.
Yeah. And if you broaden the view, look at the collateral damage. The Secret Service itself. Sources inside the agency, reportedly incandescent with rage.
Really?
They feel like they're being used as pawns in his psychodrama. And this raises a huge question for everyone, for you listening. What kind of precedent does this set?
That's terrifying.
One veteran agent basically said, this sets a precedent that will get people killed. Think about it. The next administration takes power. Do they pull protection from Trump's family out of spite? This, he said, is how things fall apart.
Wow. Okay, so politically the reactions were loud, but maybe predictable. The Magier sphere we saw was full of celebratory glee, framing Harris as a globalist, saying she doesn't deserve protection.
Right, that term globalist gets used in certain circles, implying disconnection from national interests.
Meanwhile, establishment Republicans, privately horrified, according to sources, but publicly.
Crickets. Total silence.
Which sources called a craven calculation for their own political survival.
Yeah.
What's the calculus there? That's silence.
Well, that split, the glee versus the silence, it actually shows a deeper crack, doesn't it? Inside the Republican Party. The establishment silence isn't just self-preservation. It really highlights this tension between, traditional norms and where the base is moving.
Yeah.
It could redefine the party.
Interesting.
But here's where it gets really, really interesting. The potential backfire. This move might have actually galvanized the opposition. Democrats, anti-Trump folks, they're fired up.
How so?
We're already hearing about major fundraisers being planned. Figures like George Clooney, Steven Spielberg, for a freedom and security fund.
Wow.
Tech billionaires, too. Mark Cuban tweeted something like, when the government makes it a liability to be an opponent, citizens have to cover the bill. I'm in.
So Trump tried to humiliate her, isolate her.
Exactly. But he might have inadvertently given her this huge cause, a powerful narrative, a rallying cry. He thought he was clipping her wings.
He
might have just strapped a rocket to her back. He wanted to make her a target, sure, but in doing so, maybe he just forged her into a legend, gave her powerful allies, funding. So what does this all mean for you watching this unfold? It means maybe this unshielding won't be remembered as Harris's moment of weakness. Maybe it's the moment her enemies accidentally crowned her their queen.
That is a powerful thought. It really does show how an act meant to display absolute power can sometimes just reveal deep fear and lead to consequences no one expected. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? In this long game, when you break norms like this, who actually ends up stronger? What stands out most to you from this deep dive into these shifting political sands?